hello. Oh boy, here we are. It is a lovely morning. Bit overcast,
But cool.
cool, and we've been working in the vineyard. We've been doing a lot of vineyard work, and
And the vines look amazing. They're just growing so fast, so luxuriously.
we've seen canes that are 50 inches long so far. The clusters are hanging beautifully. We're beginning to, well, we're trying to tie everything up because they're so vigorously growing. And the other thing that we're doing is we're on the east side of the plant. You know, the plant has an east-west relationship because we normally plant pretty much north-south. We are pulling leaves off of the east side of the plant so that we can expose the fruit to the east sun, keeping away from the west sun to some degree. And we're tying them up, getting them in between the wires so that the plant is growing very vertically. We like vertical.
Toward the sun.
Absolutely. And this way we get good exposure of the fruit to sunlight, which then creates the sugar and the flavor in the grapes. And so it looks fantastic so far. And we're just working our little buns off, trying to keep things happy.
And we're beginning to pick plums. Plums started this month and they will continue and even be riper through June. So we're talking about plums today in the Culinary View here in the Vineyard District. We're going to talk about the dish that the Vintage House created, Chef Zeke at the Vintage House created for us, a beautiful plum tart.
What a pretty
Actually,
little
he created
thing.
the recipe and I did the dish just to test it and see how it was with the wine. It's lovely. It's very fun. And it's a different take on a tart and the wines that you might pair with it. And the other thing is that the horticulture article by Michael Vadrine is posted on our website at thevineyarddistrict.com. So we hope that you'll go there and learn more about growing plums here in the Brazos Valley, as well as when to harvest, and then some of the care of the plums as well.
And actually, plums do pretty well here.
They do.
I think plums do a little bit better than peaches, to be honest with you. So, I remember we had a plum tree in the backyard of our house, and boy, that tree bared plums every single year. It was great.
We cooked with it. We made all sorts of dishes with it, and we even made some wine out of it to test it. So this idea of the plum is that it is an interesting pairing for wines because it's a little bit more acidic. It's a very firm texture, and the flavors that are naturally used in the spices and herbs tend to be more flavor weight, like cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom and even thyme and sage, which are savory herbs, but they all yield flavor weight to the dish, and they give it a hint of a savory character instead of just really, really sweet. So that's a fun dish to try. Check that out also on thevineyarddistrict.com.
So the wines that we're going to pair them with?
Yes, the first one is our Blushing Angel.
Wow.
And this one is also used in the recipe. So here we have the natural affinity of the wine in the recipe and the wine in the glass, serving it with the recipe. So
I'll tell you, this is one of the most beautiful packages in all of winemaking. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's in this beautiful, slender, kind of Riesling-like bottle.
Clear, which we call flint in the business.
Absolutely. And so you can see the lovely color on it. It's a salmon color. And this is a Riesling with a hint of Petit Verdot, because Petit Verdot is very dark. It's got a lot of anthracyons, which is that purple character in a wine. And immediately, as soon as you add the Petit Verdot to the Riesling, it makes this gorgeous color. And the color lasts because the color in a Petit Verdot really is a lasting type purple. So it's really a beautiful blend. And these wines are really beautiful. They have a lovely sweetness. And the sweetness helps with the plum tartness. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
It balances really nicely, yes.
It's one of my favorite ways of enjoying dessert. And, of course, we've got our fabulous glasses here that just provide amazing aroma to the wine. And so, a little hint. Golly, it is so beautiful. It's like nectar. It's just absolutely like nectar.
And I will say that our son designed the label in this bottle, in this package. So we were really proud of him for that, and also the angel that is its sister package in the angel Riesling.
And then one of the more rare wines that we produce at Messina Hof, Paul has really stepped it up. He's really created the full impact of Solera. The Solera, by definition, is a blending of vintages. And what Paul is doing now is he has special barrels that he uses. This is 100% Black Spanish or Lenoir that we have here on the property. It's also old vine. These vines have been planted on the property. Average age is at least 40 years. And so old vine begins at 25 years. So these are old vine Lenoir that have incredible flavor. And they have, Paul saves certain vintages in barrels, and they're stacked, just like the label shows. They're stacked. And then he takes portions of a vintage, and a portion of a vintage, and a portion of a vintage, and that is called a Solera, because he's combining all of those vintages. And then he tops up those barrels, and the barrels are continuously used as he stacks the various vintages. So they are amazing wines. They're oxidative, and that's important because oxidative wines have already gone through the process, and as a result, they will continue to taste fantastic for years. People give these away for, you have a birth of a child, and then you want a special wine when the child becomes 21, let's say. This wine is guaranteed to be fine at 21 years. This wine will be lovely at 50 years. It is got great longevity. It's a fabulous wine.
It's rich. It's velvety in the mouth. And it actually has some of those plum notes that come through in the flavor components with the dried fruit, which makes it a natural pairing also for a nice plum tart.
I mean, you pick up the aroma of raisins. You do feel and smell the integration of the oak barrel with the wine itself. I mean, this is a treasure. This is a fantastic wine. I love it. Solera is gorgeous.
Just released. So it's a unique product that can be enjoyed with desserts or just a glass to sip on the patio. It's beautiful.
And it's very distinctive. The bottle is absolutely characteristic of ports. And this is a absolutely gorgeous wine. It's cork finished. I mean, it's got everything. People say, well, what should I do with it if I don't drink all of it? Well, number one, shame on you. But the second thing, because you should always share this with friends, because this will bond friendships. But let's say you don't consume all of it. You can just take a cork, put it back in. I leave it standing up, and it'll be just fine because the wine has already gone through oxidative elements, which is what creates wines that need further aging. So it's fabulous. Great dessert, great wine, fellowship, enjoyment, the good life. That's what we're all about.
Enjoy what God has blessed us with and share it with your neighbor. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Culinary View. We hope that you will have a blessed day.